Hi, welcome to today's webinar. It's part of the KaiNexus Continuous Improvement webinar series, and it's titled Leveraging a Strategy to Execution Framework, a Journey of Transformation. Hi, I'm Mark Graben. I am a senior advisor with KaiNexus. I'm the host and moderator today, and I'm really thrilled that we're joined by our presenter, Karen Friedenberg. You'll learn more about Karen in a minute. I'll more formally introduce her, but I want to thank Karen for being here. Thank everybody who's in attendance. If it's your first time attending, KaiNexus is an enterprise software company. We are passionate about spreading continuous improvement. And if you're curious about learning more about the problems we solve and the people we help and how we do that, please visit our website at kainexus.com. Okay, so with that for real, it's time to introduce our presenter, Karen Friedenberg, and she may add some other details as she gets started here. But Karen is the founder and managing director of Performance Improvement Consulting. Having worked both in consulting and within industry, Karen brings a unique perspective to strategy execution. Karen's been in executive roles, so having executable plans that deliver results is imperative, as she knows. She's built out and led strategic program management and operational excellence departments, leading large business and digital transformations. Karen's passionate about listening, connecting the dots, and bringing her experience in various industries, Lean Six Sigma, change management, design thinking, and other disciplines together to solve business problems and facilitate sustainable change. So Karen, again, thank you for bringing your time and experiences in your presentation here with us today. I'll hand things over to you. Thanks.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, everyone, for having me today. I'm excited to share my journey through various different transformations I've been through. And the strategy to execution framework from Performance Improvement Consulting. So let me get started with that. So, what is the strategy to execution framework? Like I said, we have been going through different transformations and working together with clients. Now, and hearing where their struggles are day to day, we developed this strategy to execution approach. It's designed to help organizations effectively implement and achieve their strategic objectives and achieve those sustainable results. Right. So to achieve that value that you see in the center there, it's a framework where you can look at it and say, where am I in this process? And where are maybe the gaps and where do I need to improve? So it's made up of 7 different parts. I'm going to focus a lot on the first part, which is strategy, articulation, and also developing a culture of continuous improvement. You'll see that towards the end there is organizational change, but I want to make one point that people and culture change is crucial to this whole process of transformation. It really starts right from the beginning. So I'm going to delve into strategy articulation as well as organizational alignment a lot and how to set the stage of the culture of continuous improvement and really have to be thinking about people from the beginning, the middle, and the end through all pieces of this transformation. So we'll dive right in. So I'm also going to go back and forth between a real life example of a customer I am working with. They're a private label manufacturer and they're faced with mounting pressures to improve their profit margins and overall profitability. We're working with them on a whole scale end-to-end strategic transformation. And this includes culture change, operational and financial improvements. So we'll go back and forth between the theory and the actual real life examples as we talk about this. So step 1, strategy articulation. I love this quote from Stephen Covey of beginning with the end in mind, right? So a lot of times when I come into a company and start talking to them, we start talking about what is your strategy, mission, your vision, your values, and your purpose. Is that clear? A lot of times companies have that within their, on their website, or they might have that information, but really digging into that next level of detail is so important, right? Do the business units and departments have a strategy at that next level of detail that's aligned to the corporate strategy? And has that strategy at all levels been communicated clearly throughout the whole organization? So really dive deeply into that when we talk about strategy articulation. One way that we like to use is using design thinking to build a picture of what's going on in an organization. And we do this together with our teams. So the picture is built together, not only with just the C-level, but also looking deeper into the organization and testing it with people who are really working with the customers and on the lines, really to what is the North Star. Here's an example of a picture that we've used, really, that gives us that picture of servicing the customer and having that as a North Star while supporting the lines. You'll see around it is different scorecards. I'm going to talk a lot about measurement and why measurements improve is really important here. And then the little clouds along the way are the strategic imperatives or strategic initiatives to start to really dive deeper into what does this mean to all the people. In the center of that heart, it says solving problems. And that's really building that culture of solving problems together with the people. And we're going to talk more about doing that really cross-functionally as a team. So like I said, setting the stage from the start is so important, and developing that culture of continuous improvement. And, doing that, we've done on our project is done that through some videos of training people. So you can look these up. There's 2 of them here. One is called Leadership is a Network, Not a Hierarchy. And what that helped to start to do is like everyone is a leader. To really solve these complex problems, we need to come together as a team. And we talk about the oval table, I'll talk about that a little bit more, but really solve those problems cross-functionally, everybody bringing something different to the table and bouncing ideas off each other. The other concept that we brought in from the beginning was this idea of a micro battle or test and learn. This has been a great way to take away the fear. Like when you're going through a huge transformation like this, it's very daunting. It's like a really daunting task. So this is a really easy way to say, let's take a little bite-sized pieces and not feel afraid. Okay. And if you fail, that's okay. That's a learning. And you learn from those mistakes. I know, Mark, you would love to talk about those mistakes that we learn from. So that was a crucial part of setting the stage and reiterating and reinforcing those same messages over and over. So I say, communicate, and communicate more. So this is a great way to, again, learn how to win and scale. Also utilizing some different types of methods to be able to communicate using stories, some videos, and quotes as well. So one of the stories that we use is something called This is Water. I don't know if anybody is familiar with this story. You can kind of talk about it in the chat there if you've ever heard it. But it was the start to a commencement speech by David Foster Wallace. And the story goes a little like this. There are 2 young fish that are swimming in the water, and an older fish happens upon the 2 younger fish and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" The 2 young fish swim along, and then when they look at each other and he says, "What the hell is water?" So what does that say to you? What did that story portray to you, right? And we really encourage people to pick their head up, look around, not only what's all around you in the water, that you're in the water, but looking from above, right? And what's in the whole ecosystem. And as we talk about strategy and strategy execution, so important, not only to be looking around about doing things differently, right? We all get into that autopilot mode, but also looking on what's going around in your whole, all around you with your competitors, with your customer, as well as within